especially in these border regions. So the
and Michelle, but he was also a father figure to many of the young men and women that came through his very famous Newbridge Gym. Fighters like Enzo Maccarinelli, Nathan Cleverly, Gavin Reese, Gary Lockett, many others. He was a talented musician, he had an infectious personality, and he always did everything with his own unique style, and he will be greatly missed. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please remain silent as we toll the traditional 10 bells for Enzo Calzaghe. Rest in peace, Enzo.
Well, if there's a moment that sums up the relationship between Joe and Enzo Calzaghe, it is their reaction when Joe was inducted into the Hall of Fame back in 2014.
With this guy here, my dad Enzo, at the end of the day, he put me into boxing. If he didn't push me, I wouldn't be here today. So I'm so proud of him, myself, my family, and what can I say? You know, he just capped off everything in my career. So I'm so proud.
Enzo, have you got a few words?
Basically, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Proud, man. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I think that says it all, really.
This is for him more than it's for me. You know, it's beautiful. I'm so proud. So thank you, Dad, for everything you've done for me. You're the best. You're the best.
Johnny, I think that moment there, it just sums up that relationship beautifully, doesn't it?
You know what? It was that recognition. This man loved his sport. His son loved him. Loved how he pushed him and made him into a world champion. That is, our sport is very different. Our sport, you either love it or hate it. And Enzo was a very special character. He went against the grain. People didn't get him. And the success he had with his son was second to none. And people still didn't get him. His son was tempted away to come out of the valleys and go elsewhere. He got his son to achieve something no British fighter has ever achieved. And this man needs all the respect from him.
Carl, he was a real maverick, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. I mean, a lot of people didn't know how to take him and sort of didn't get his sense of humour. But I met him a couple of times. I was lucky enough to meet him at Sports Awards, and I've had long chats with him. He was speaking to me about the Glencoff Johnson fight actually prior. Joe Calzaghe never fought Glencoff Johnson, but I boxed him and he'd watched him and studied him quite a lot, and he was giving me his advice and certain tactics and the way in which he was delivering it. I'll never forget that, and he's got a lot to be proud of. I mean, Joe Calzaghe, look at the career he's had, look at what he's achieved. A fantastic fighter, Joe Calzaghe, retired undefeated as well, and not many of us can claim that fame. And Enzo, you can see there how proud he was of Joe, getting emotional, and being a father myself as well, I can imagine how proud he was that his son's achieved, and he's done that by his side all the way. So it's really sad Enzo passed, it really is, and we're all acknowledging and respecting that, as we should.
They managed to keep that relationship very separate, didn't they? Because very much in the gym, it was trainer-boxer, and outside the gym, father and son, a real special thing.
Yeah, and a lot of times it works, and a lot of times it didn't work, and they are probably the model for the way it does work. You know, it's a huge amounts of success, and yet still loving as a father-son relationship. You know, Southern Italians are really emotional guys, but also Southern Italians have this out on the outside, always try this tough look. You know, Enzo Calzaghe was always this stern trainer and this stern guy, but you saw how emotional he got and how proud he really was when his son got into the Hall of Fame. You know, the emotion came out, and it's not sometimes the pride, you don't want to show that, but in those moments you see the true emotion of the men.
Well, he will be very much missed, and of course our thoughts are with Joe and the family at this very sad time. Right, coming up.